The Legend of Jigong Chapter 2.
So it starts with this man, Dong Shihong. He's literally at the end of his rope, about to hang himself. He's lost everything.
And then this monk stumbles in, looking maybe even crazier than Dong Shihong feels.
Okay, let's back up. We need to understand Dong Shihong first. Why was he in such a state? What led him to that forest?
Well, to really get the weight of his despair, you first have to understand his virtue. The story makes it super clear from the start. He's a model of filial piety uchi. That's the phrase used.
Meaning he was incredibly devoted to his mother.
Utterly. He was a goldsmith, hammering gold in Kuntang County. Not rich, just dutiful. His whole life was built around caring for his mother, Qinshi.
Okay, so a good son. But then his mother gets sick.
Gravely ill, and they just didn't have the money for proper care. This leads to, well, a really devastating decision. It's the core of his sacrifice.
This is the part that's just hard to stomach.
It is. He had to sell his own daughter, Yuji. She was only 8 years old.
Sell her, you mean like indentured servitude?
Exactly. Not permanent slavery, but a 10-year term of service. He placed her with the wealthy Dujinshi family. In return, he got 50 taels of silver.
50 taels. Enough for the medical care.
Just enough. It all went to his mother. But think about that. It wasn't just silver. It was his daughter's childhood, his connection to her. A huge emotional debt.
And did the mother? Did she know?
No. And that adds another layer of pain. His mother eventually passed away during those 10 years, but Dong Shihong couldn't bear to tell her the truth. He let her believe Yuji was just staying with her maternal grandparents.
Oh, wow. So he's carrying grief, guilt, the secret?
All of it. While working nonstop for a decade in Zhenjiang, he was determined to earn back that silver and reclaim his daughter.
And he manages it, right? He saves up the money.
More than enough, actually. He scrapes together 60 taels, 50 for the contract, 10 extra just in case. He heads back to Linen, checks into the Yulai Inn near Kontang Gate, probably feeling hopeful for the first time in years.
After 10 years, he must have thought, okay, finally. It's over.
You'd think so. But this is where the story really twists the knife. He goes to the Gu residence, silver ready. They're gone. The family moved away. The father got a promotion, some kind of official post outside the city.
And no forwarding address, nothing.
Nothing. His daughter, the whole point of the last 10 years of suffering, just vanished. The sacrifice, the work, meaningless in that moment. He fulfilled his duty, saved the money, but the goal itself, gone.
Okay, that's devastating. Act 1, sacrifice. Act 2, the long struggle. Act 3, utter loss.
And it gets worse. He's reeling from this, goes to Tianzu Street, drinks heavily to numb the pain, falls asleep right there.
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Yep. Wakes up, and the 60 taels of silver, gone. Stolen while he was out cold.
So now it's complete. No daughter, no money, no hope. Nothing left.
Absolutely nothing. That's when he heads to the forest. He sees no other way out. Suicide feels like the only logical step left.
And it's right then, at that absolute lowest point.
Precisely then. The savior arrives. But he's not what you'd picture. This monk, Daoji Jigong from Lingyin Temple, he literally bursts onto the scene.
How good does he do?
He's chanting, almost singing about how awful life is. Dead. Being dead is better than being alive. I want to hang myself too. He basically mirrors Dong Shihong's despair, but makes it sound ridiculous.
So he interrupts a suicide by pretending he also wants to commit suicide, but for maybe trivial reasons.
Exactly. It's performance art. And you really need to visualize this monk. He is the polar opposite of a serene, wise master.
Describe him. What does he look like?
Okay, picture this. Face totally unwashed, hasn't shaved his head in ages, squinty, drunken eyes. He's wearing this raggedy monk's robe. It's riddled with holes. His belt is literally just 7 or 8 strips of cloth tied together.
And his legs.
Bare legs showing under the robe, broken sandals. He looks like a homeless derelict, not a holy man.
Okay, so visually, he's chaos. A total mess.
And his behavior matches. The text says he acts completely erratically low-key. He doesn't bother with the usual monk stuff, like talking about sutras or zenta.
What does he do?
He drinks wine, eats meat, okia, openly breaks the monastic rules. That's why they call him Ji Dinsang, the crazy monk Ji.
But there's a point to this madness.
Absolutely. This is key. His craziness is his method. He's kind of rebelling against the rigid, sometimes maybe hypocritical religious structures of the time. He's an outsider on purpose.
So what's his actual mission then, if not chanting sutras?
The text spells it out. His job is advising fools, persuading good, and managing human injustice. He's like a supernatural force for balancing the scales, especially for the little guy. Spiritual street justice.
Okay, so he finds Dong Shihong. His first act of justice involves what?
Cruelty, basically. He launches into this performance about how he wants to die because he lost a measly 5 taels of silver, money he supposedly saved for 3 years to buy robes.
5 taels. Compared to Dong Shihong's 60, plus his daughter. It's insulting.
It is, and that's test number 1, generosity under duress.
How does Dong Shihong react?
Amazingly, even in his own despair, Dong Shihong feels pity for this crazy monk. He digs into his pockets, finds some loose change, about 5 or 6 taels he had left over somehow.
And he gives it to Jigong.
He does. Just gives it away, moments before he plans to end his own life. It proves his fundamental goodness, his virtue, is still there, just buried under the pain.
Okay, so Dong Shihong passes test 1. What's Jigong's reaction? Gratitude.
Ha! Not a chance. This is where it gets really wild. Jigong takes the silver, laughs, and immediately insults it. Says it's crap silver, scattered, and with title marks, inferior quality.
Wait, what? He gives him charity when he has nothing, and Jigong complains about the quality? That sounds genuinely mean.
It does sound mean, but think about it psychologically. Dong Shihong was resigned to failure, to death. If Jigong had been kind, offered sympathy, Dong Shihong might have just gratefully accepted the pity and died.
So the insult is meant to shock him back to life.
Exactly. It's shock therapy. It forces Dong Shihong out of his passive despair. Suddenly he's not just sad, he's indignant. Hey, I just gave you my last bit of money, you ungrateful lunatic. It makes him feel something other than sorrow. It makes him feel his own worth being slighted.
Okay, I see. It bypasses the despair and hits his sense of fairness. So, test 1. Generosity passed. Test 2.
Test 2 is the denial of sympathy. Dong Shihong, now agitated, tells Jigong his whole tragic story. The mother, the daughter, the 10 years, the lost silver, everything.
And Jigong's response? Offers help, comfort.
Nope. He just shrugs, says, okay, sounds bad. Go die then. I'm leaving. Turns his back.
Cold. Just shuts him down completely.
Utterly. He removes the possibility of finding solace in someone else's pity. Now, Dong Shihong is alone with his tragedy and his growing fury at this bizarre monk.
Right. He's probably thinking, what is wrong with this guy?
Which is much better than thinking, what is wrong with me?
And then comes the final straw, the last provocation.
What now?
Jigong comes back again, and he says, look, if you're really going to hang yourself, those clothes you're wearing, they're worth maybe 5 or 6 taels. Don't waste them.
He asks for his clothes.
He does. Tells him to take them off so he can have them. Just go naked as you came into the world. Basically stripping him of his last shred of dignity and possessions. Okay, that would push anyone over the edge.
And it does. This is the breaking point. Dong Shihong isn't just sad or resigned anymore. He explodes in pure rage. He thinks, I didn't meet a holy man. I attracted some kind of ghost, a demon tormenting me.
That anger, that's the sign of life Jigong was looking for.
That's it. That fury is life. It's the fight coming back. Despair is passive. Rage is active. Jigong needed that energy. He harvested the anger.
So the test is passed. Dong Shihong is angry, not resigned. What happens next?
The shift is immediate. The crazy act drops. Jigong laughs out loud, claps Dong Shihong on the back, and promises him, don't worry about the 50-60 taels. That's nothing. I'll find your daughter. You'll be reunited. Just like that.
Wow. Total reversal.
Total reversal. And then Jigong sings this little traveling song, which kind of sums up his philosophy, seeing worldly things like love and family as illusions, like dreams and devils. He prefers joyful wandering, being free from all that attachment.
So silver, possessions, even conventional ties, they mean nothing to him. Only virtue and justice count.
Pretty much. He operates on a different plane.
Okay, so he's promised to help. What's the plan?
He leads Dong Shihong, who must be utterly confused by now, back inside the Qintang gate. Tells him, wait here in this alley. If anyone asks your age or birth date, tell him the truth. Don't move.
And Jigong goes.
He heads off towards a very large, impressive official residence.
Whose house is it?
It belongs to a man named Zhao Wenhui. And significantly, Zhao Wenhui is also known for his deep filial piety. It sets up this amazing karmic parallel.
So Dong Shihong is virtue in poverty, Zhao Wenhui is virtue in wealth.
Exactly. And Jigong is about to connect their fates. There's a crisis inside Zhao's house, too.
What kind of crisis?
It's twofold. Zhao Wenhui's elderly mother is critically ill, but not from a physical disease, apparently. She's sick with worry.
Worrying about what?
About her grandson, Zhao's 6-year-old son. The boy is suffering from some kind of strange, vicious illness, intrige. The term suggests something karmic, like a consequence for past deeds, maybe.
So, the grandmother's worry makes her sick, and the grandson has this mysterious illness. A double problem.
Right. And guess who's already there trying to figure it out? The medical establishment. 2 famous doctors are present. Li Huaichun, who's so good they call him Sai Shui, and another named Su Beishan.
Cop doctors. So Jigong walks into this scene.
He doesn't just walk in, he kind of barges in, blocks the doctor's path, and immediately challenges the main guy, Li Huaichun, with this weird riddle.
What's the riddle?
He asks him, "Tell me, doctor, what illness does a steaming hot steamed bun fresh out of the steamer basket cure?"
A hot steamed bun. What kind of question is that?
Li Huaichun is baffled. He says basically, "I have no idea. That's not in the medical books. It's not in the Benkao."
The Benkao.
Yeah.
That's the big classic text of medicinal herbs, right?
Exactly. The Benkao Gangmu. It's the foundation of traditional pharmacology. By saying the answer isn't there, Li Huaichun shows he's reliant on written, codified knowledge. He misses the obvious.
So what's Jigong's answer?
Jigong just roars with laughter. "It cures hunger, you fool. You know how to cure diseases, but you don't understand basic human needs." He's essentially dismissing the limitations of purely academic medicine.
Okay, he's made his point. Does he try to cure the old woman?
Yeah, Li Huaichun had diagnosed her with phlegm blockage, but said she was too weak for any strong medicine. Jigong just walks up to her, slaps her on the head twice, and declares, "She's not gonna die. Skull's still hard." Then he shouts at the phlegm, commanding it to come out.
He slaps a sick old lady and shouts at her illness.
Sounds crazy, right? But she immediately coughs up a huge glob of phlegm and starts breathing easier, stabilizes right away.
Unbelievable. The shock treatment again.
Seems like it. And then he pulls out this lump of medicine he carries, gives it this ridiculous name, the 8 Treasures Stretch Leg Sterilize Pill.
Stretch leg sterilize.
Yeah.
Like, what happens when you die?
Exactly. It's a joke name. He claims it cures everything. The point isn't the pill itself, it's the sheer force of his presence, his energy. The old woman feels better almost instantly.
So the grandmother is okay. What about the sick grandson?
Zhao Wenhui is stunned, obviously. He begs Jigong, "Please, master, cure my son too." This is the moment Jigong has been maneuvering towards.
He's got leverage now.
Maximum leverage. Jigong agrees to help the boy, but there's a condition, a very specific condition.
Which is?
He says the cure for Zhao's son is directly tied to sorting out Dong Shiheng's fate, specifically finding Dong Shiheng's daughter, Yu Ji, and reuniting them.
Wow. So he's explicitly linking the 2 families' problems. The cure for the rich family's child depends on justice for the poor man's child.
Precisely. The story implies that the vicious illness affecting the Zhao grandson might even be karmically linked to how Dong Shiheng's daughter ended up. Well, wherever she ended up after the Gu family moved. Maybe within the Zhao household itself or connected somehow.
So Zhao Wenhui's family can't find peace or health until they help resolve the injustice done to Dong Xiang.
That's the implication. It's brilliant narrative structure. Jigong is acting like a divine equalizer. He's forcing the wealthy, virtuous man to use his resources to fix the problem of the poor, virtuous man. The daughter sold 10 years ago is now the key to the Zhao family's well-being today.